All right, good evening and welcome back to our channel, Prince's Seat. Today remains the 22nd of November 2025, and this is more or less like a follow-up to the voice note by Reverend Dr. Moses from Abuja. Just a minute. A follow-up to the voice note of Reverend Dr. Moses, the president of the Grant Community Decide movement. And it's the executive council of the Grant Community Decides. They had an extraordinary executive meeting. It was like an emergency meeting earlier today to carefully review the situation of Grant and the current expectation of our members. We've not laid hands on the V note of Reverend Moses actually, but this one was dropped by what's the name again? Admin High Priest. So, but as soon as we get that V in, we're going to pass it across to us. But these are the excerpts that was drawn from the decision that was arrived at after the long deliberations, the assessment, the consultations. The Executive Council reached several resolutions that we believe are necessary at this point. And the decisions were not taken lightly. They came after observing the actions, the inactions of stakeholders, the handlers, and subscribing NGOs regarding this long-awaited disbursement. And the summary of the situation, as we all know, the leadership had earlier suspended the tweeting protest for 7 days to allow authorities and stakeholders to finalize the disbursement. That window officially expired on Saturday, 22nd September 2025, which is today. Unfortunately, within this period, none of the stakeholders, the grant handlers or the subscribing NGOs were able to confirm receiving any disbursement alert. And what this means is that the expectations that were tied to the 7-day break were not met. So, because of this, the Executive Council had taken a firm decision, yet peaceful decision on the next steps for the entire Grant Community Decide family, and resolutions that were reached by the Community Decides, Grant Community Decide Council. These are the resolutions unanimously adopted during the emergency meeting or session. First, there's going to be a 24-hour warning or appeal tweeting protest and Black Sunday morning prayers. This is to say that since the disbursement has still not been confirmed, the first step is to begin a 24-hour peaceful digital protest combined with a day of solemn prayer. This is not an aggressive action, but a strategic, respectful appeal to our leaders, they say, to fulfill their promises. This was one of their resolutions. The warning and appeal tweeting protest is going to begin by 12 noon. This is the date and time now. By 12 noon, Sunday, tomorrow, 23rd November 2025, which is going to be ending 12 noon, Monday, 24th November 2025. In other words, this is going to be lasting for 24 hours. And during this period, all members of the Grant Community Decide movement and the wider Grant ecosystem are asked to remain united, prayerful, and disciplined. The Black Sunday morning prayers is symbolic. It also reflects our collective disappointment and encourages spiritual reflection while demanding justice peacefully. Secondly, the one that borders on the local tweeting only. All tweets during this 24-hour protest is going to be 100% local. And what this means is that there would be no tweet to foreign bodies according to their resolution. There would be no tweet to international organizations. All tweets must be directed only to our leaders, agencies, institutions, and authorities inside the country, Nigeria. This decision, according to them, is strategic and respectful, which shows that we are still giving our leaders the opportunity to act internally before the matter is escalated externally. Then going further, the tweeting structure and the participation for orderliness, it was resolved that every tweet during the session would come directly from, the Grant Community Decide Movement Executive Council. In other words, members and subscribers are not to create their own tweets. And so what is your role? Your role is simple. You have to click the link that is shared by the executives. You have to retweet, you have to like, you have to support the message, and you have to maintain discipline and unity. And this coordinated approach would help to avoid mixed messaging, prevent misinformation, and also ensure that our voice is stronger, is clear, and uniform. Let me repeat that again. The executives will be sharing the tweeting links, you understand, and you are not to create another one. You are just to retweet it, you have to like it, and also support the message, so that everything will go according to the same order in coordinated approach. Going forward, there is going to be a 6-hour window of patience after the protest. That is to say, at the end of the 24-hour tweeting protest, exactly by 12 noon, Monday, 24th November 2025, there will be a 6-hour break. This break is important for the following reasons. First, to give authorities another opportunity to credit stakeholders. Secondly, to allow the government agencies and the handlers time to complete internal processing without public pressure. And lastly, it shows that we are peaceful, we are organized, and we're not acting out of anger or confusion. Just a moment, I'll be with you shortly after this timeout. Don't go anywhere. All right, thank you very much. Welcome back again, still on course. This is Prince's Seat. We are always for the masses, and for the masses we will stand. We are still on the 6-hour window of patience after the protest, and the importance of this 6-hour window is what I just left off talking about before we went on break. Now, going further, the 6-hour waiting period is going to be ending by 6 p.m. on Monday. And if by that time no stakeholder, handler, or NGO has confirmed receiving funds, then the next and final step will commence. The next step is, if there is no disbursement after 6 hours, I'm taking my time to break things down right like this from the resolutions of the meeting that was done, so that we can all understand the speed. Now, if authorities still fail to act within the given period, the grace period, the leadership would move into the next phase, which is the mother of all tweets. A massive appeal to the international community. This time around, all of this step will no longer be 100% local. And the tweet is going to involve international organizations, global human rights bodies, development agencies, foreign governments, diaspora networks, international medias, worldwide humanitarian partners. Now, this would be the most powerful digital protest that is ever organized by the grant community in time. However, the date and time for this international action would be strictly communicated by the president of the Grant Community Decide movement, Reverend Dr. Moses from Abuja. Members must have to wait for official instructions. No one should act independently. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to every member of this special committee for your creativities, your strategies, your innovations, and relentless commitment to this course. Your ideas helped to shape the decisions that is reached today. And we also thank all the comrades, the subscribers, the supporters for your patience, your discipline, and your continued belief in this movement. This journey has not been easy. A lot of people have sacrificed, waited, prayed, fasted, hoped for months and years. But we are closer now than ever before. The unity displayed in this ecosystem is proof that we are not just fighting for money. We are also standing for fairness. We're standing for justice and transparency. Finally, let us remain calm. Let's remain coordinated and focused. Everything we are doing must remain peaceful, lawful, respectful. Our strength is in our unity, and our voice is amplified when we speak together, not in scattered tones. Reverend Dr. Moses from Abuja has spoken. The council has decided, and now it's our turn to act with wisdom and discipline. The next 48 hours are critical. Let us give them our full cooperation, attention, and peaceful participation. Together we will win. Together we're going to celebrate, and when the testimony finally comes, it's going to be loud. These are the way things would go for now. This is Prince. In case you're new, do kindly subscribe and hit the bell. We will give you a full update from the VN of Reverend Dr. Moses in case it drops any moment from now. But these are the resolutions from after the meeting that was conducted, that was brought out. Thank you very much. I wish you a very wonderful night rest. Until then, God bless you and have a good night rest.